have my winter bulbs set up in a couple of places here in the house. I have them here in my living room, and I have another tray of Paperwhites in the kitchen. But let's look at what I've got here in the living room first. I'll start all the way here at the bottom with this one. These are the Paperwhites, and look how much they've grown. It is kind of crazy. They're about 2.5 feet tall. Now you can see we're getting like kind of towards the end of the freshness of the blooms, but there are still some really pretty blooms, and they definitely smell nice. I'm going to step back just so you can take in how tall they are. It's kind of nuts, really. Especially when you think that when they started, they were just only a couple of inches taller than the bulbs. So a couple of things about these I want you to see. I want you to see that when we look in the bottom of the vase, you can really see the root development. And I use this pretty glass beads or rocks, I don't know what you'd want to call them, just to provide a space for the bulbs to rest. And they do go through the water really fast, so you want to keep that freshened. And it looks like I really need to add water, but see how everybody's just resting right there. I also want you to notice here I have this support. These are really important because the Paperwhites get kind of heavy and a flop over, like you can see this one back here flopping into the curtain. They do that. So I found that by adding this support piece, it keeps them upright, and you know, when you're back you don't really notice it. So I definitely will need to add some water to that. We'll add water here in just a moment. Over here I have my amaryllis, and I showed you this one also in my holiday bloom tour. I'll link over to that video. This actually is the second round of blooming. So this was the second stalk. The first stalk you can see, oh, maybe it looks like it's healed. The first stalk came, I had 4 blooms, and they died out, and then I cut it back, and then this one came. So this is the second. So I've had 8 blooms off of this one bulb. This I bought as a piece at Lidl, and you can see how they've got it set up. They've got just dark rocks in the bottom, and then they've got that moss and the pine cones, and all of that's basically covering the bulb, which is here. But this is a really nice heavy duty glass vase that I'll be able to use again. So this is going to get recycled into a little container garden later, and so stick around for that. If you're not subscribed, you're going to want to subscribe to see what I do with it. And back here I have these tulips, and you can see the tulips they're really on the way out. They're just about done, but look at how pretty that is. Isn't that cool? Oh, I love that design. The designs and the colors in nature are just amazing to me. This is another set. I just bought this at Lidl. Honestly, they were probably about this tall. They weren't yet opened, and I got them just before Christmas. So today is the 3rd of January when I'm filming this, and these opened for Christmas, and it smelled so nice. This one, they didn't do any kind of fancy setup for this at all. They literally just put the bulbs in the vase and put some water, and there's nothing decorative about it. I think it works better if you put the pebbles or some kind of decorative rocks, because it gives something for the roots here to grab onto, and then they will grow down into the water. But you know, it costs extra for them to put that in and set it up, so they're not going to spend extra on an arrangement they're selling in the store, I guess. But still, I got all of these tulips for like $9 or something, which I didn't think was too terribly overpriced for blooming tulips in December. And this was like a $9 arrangement. These I bought just the bulbs, and they were like maybe $1.25 a piece or something. So this would be like a $5 arrangement in terms of the bulbs. It is healthier if you can buy the bulbs at the nursery, but it's a different process to get tulips to work. All bulbs are different. All of the flowers are different. The easiest things, if you want to have your own winter blooms, the easiest bulbs to force are these Paperwhites or Narcissus, Amaryllis. They're super easy. All you have to do is literally set the bulbs up correctly and you'll get blooms. It's that easy. Tulips are another matter. And offhand, I don't know what you have to do for them, but I'm going to link you over in the notes below to the publication that we use through Master Gardeners that will give you information on several different kinds of bulbs that you can force in winter, and it will talk to you about what you need to do to get each one of those different flowers to work, because they're all different. Let's go in the kitchen and I'll show you the other tray of Paperwhites that I have going. Here's my second tray of Paperwhites, and you can see they're kind of all over the place. This is because I only had those couple of supports, and this one really could use an extra support, because this I set up just in that little flat tray, so they don't have any kind of support here on the sides at all. So all I have are those these to help guide them up, but you know, they're still pretty. I don't care that they're going everywhere. I still like them. And let me step back so you can see how tall they are. The tallest one is almost 3 feet up. I mean, it's just crazy how tall these got this year. I'm super excited about that. And you know, all I did was literally rest the bulbs in those decorative rocks and keep them watered, and they have grown beautifully. And you can see the roots all right here. Isn't that something? And they really need watered. When you do them in a shallow tray like this, and this tray is just like what you would put under a plant to catch. Let's see, I don't have one I can show you, but you know, literally just the tray that goes under a plant is all this is. And then I put these little decorative, they're like little glass rocks basically, and I just got those in the craft store. And yeah, but a shallow tray like this, you have to add water every day, and as the flowers get taller and the weather is dry, sometimes I've added twice a day, and I've neglected them just a little bit. So we're going to add some water so you can see what that looks like while we're here. But the flowers are so pretty and they smell so good. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at that. Oh, I love them so much. You know, when it's gray and it's cold outside, having these really pretty indoor blooms makes such a difference. I absolutely love them. All right, let me just show you how I add water. It's better if you don't use it right from the tap, because if it comes right out of the tap, it's going to have a little extra chlorine. And the thing about, I have to change hands. Oops, I have to change my hands. The thing about the chlorine is something like this in soil, the soil will filter, but these have no filtration. It's just right there. It's like the air plants. They don't have a soil to filter any of the extra impurity or chemicals or whatever. So you want to be a little more thoughtful in your watering. Let's see if I can get around that succulent. It's so tall. Okay, let's see. Here we go. So I'm just pouring water. That's it. And there it is. So it's kind of up to the edge. So can you see that? Oops. See the water now? So now the roots have their water, And by tomorrow morning, this will definitely need watered again. And I will let these grow. You can see these are starting to be on the other side of their best, living their best life. But over here, these are still really fresh. Oh, it's so pretty. Isn't that just beautiful? Can you believe that? I grew that just from sticking. Oops, hold on. Just from sticking that bulb in the water, I grew that. I'm amazed by that. Nature is incredible. Okay, let's go water the paperwhites out in the living room. Look at that. So let's just put our water in. And it's okay if the top of the bulb gets wet. So here's what I want you to see down here. Okay, put in a little bit too much. I actually put in just a little too much because we really don't want the bulb itself to be sitting in water because it can cause some rot. But frankly, we're at the very end of this process, and it's hard for me filming because I've got the camera in one hand here and I'm doing everything looking through a camera viewfinder or a phone. So it's not perfect. So anyway, this is just a little too much water. I really should have only had it up to about here, but it's okay. We're gonna let it go. And now all the roots will have plenty of water. It's doing fine. Let's see if our amaryllis needs a little water. We'll check it. I think you can just sort of rock. See there? That's fine. The water's here. Because with this moss, it keeps the water from evaporating. And let's see, our tulips need a little bit. So let's go ahead and give them some water. Tulips are largely dry. It looks like they must have put some kind of something in there. I don't know. We'll find out when I pull them. I suspect by the end of the week they'll be ready to come out. This also is another really nice heavy-duty glass vase. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be able to buy the vase for $9 in this craft store. So it was well worth it to me. I'm going to convert this one and this one into beautiful succulent arrangements, and we'll do those after the bulbs have had their time. We'll make those probably next month, so you'll want to be subscribed so you don't miss any of that. But that's all I have for you today. So that's the video for today. I'm going to leave you with this beautiful view of this freshly blooming amaryllis, and just say thanks for watching. I appreciate you watching the videos. I hope you've remembered to subscribe to the channel and click the notifications on, and here's to getting through winter warmly and cheerfully, and I hope that you will try out forcing some of your own bulbs. Okay, that's it for today, and I will just see you in the next video.